Unfortunately, day trading is not as easy as it sounds, because yes, everything is going good when you're green for the month, green for the day, green for the week, but you need to know how to deal with your losses as well. And that is what I will show you exactly in this video, because on this day, I lost close to $5,000 within the first 20 minutes of market open by day trading options. Let's first take a look at my game plan for the day that I post every single market open day on our Discord group. I was looking at the ES, that is the S&P 500 futures, because the prior day on 28th of June, my trade was on 29th of June. 28th of June, we had a very nice drop on the market, and then we were consolidating after hours and during the pre-market hours before the market opened. So I was watching the break of 3800 towards the downside if we continue the sell-off, or the break of 3840 towards the upside, because we have been consolidating in between this $40 range after the drop we had the prior day on 28th of June. Coming to my trade was on Tesla, and Tesla also, along with the market, sold off very nicely on 28th of June, and this was very good price action on Tesla, because if we take a look right here, Tesla rejected from $740 level on the hourly chart. We had a huge bearish wick. That means the buyers tried to push it towards the upside, but then at the end of the day, the sellers won. We made a big doji right here, and then we sold off, and we had a very nice flush towards the downside. We even closed under $700 level. So what I was watching on this day is that if we get a pullback to 700, or maybe a pullback to pre-market high, or maybe a hold of a level in the pre-market, I want to take it short for a continuation move towards the downside. Yes, the hourly chart is very extended, so my plan was to just wait for the first 5 to 10 minutes of market open, wait for the stock to find a direction, and then take my trade on this stock. So guys, here's a 1 minute chart of Tesla. In the pre-market, we can see that we have been consolidating in between a range in the pre-market. We don't have a clear trend in the pre-market, but we can see in the pre-market, Tesla is pretty much dead, and so was the overall market, because we had a very nice sell-off the prior day that I just discussed on 28th of June. Had a nice sell-off, and on 29th of June in the pre-market, we were just trading in between a range. In the pre-market webinar that we have every single market open day for our Discord members, I mentioned that this level is holding nicely on Tesla, the 690 to 695 region. So my plan was to wait for a pullback to 695 or maybe 696, and even if we push to maybe $700 level, I want to see what happens around $700 level, because that was approximately the pre-market high. And if we get a rejection from maybe 695 or $700 level, I want to buy puts for a trade towards a downside, because if we see a rejection from 700 or 695, that can be a really good entry to catch the break of pre-market low. I will discuss the hourly chart again, because this is very important that I just mentioned the prior day. We had a wick right here. So we can see right here, I'm going to zoom in a bit further. We can see that we got rejected from the 750 very harshly right here. That was a very aggressive sell-off. The high of the day on this day, 28th of June, the prior day, was 749.91. So buyers just failed before $750 level with a huge wick towards the upside. That means that the sellers took control at the end of the candle. And then finally, we had a very nice push towards the downside with the market selling off. On this day, that was my plan, that if we see a hold of 695 or maybe $700 level, I want to catch a break towards the downside. And on the hourly chart, this was looking really good for a push towards the downside. Let's now jump on to my trades on this day. To be honest, I tried catching a trade towards the downside thrice. The first 2 times I was not able to get filled, and that is, I think, the main reason I took this trade the 3rd time, and I lost big amount of money the 3rd time, because when I missed this trade for the first 2 times, I had a bit of FOMO, because I could have easily made approximately $10,000 on those 2 trades that I just missed. I'm also going to play a recording of this trade after explaining my entries and exits on this trade. So my first entry was right here. When I saw that Tesla made a wick around $693 level, on the next minute, when we saw the rejection of the VWAP around 691 and 692, I placed my order to get filled. As you guys know, if I'm taking a trade on the pullback, I try to get filled on the mid price. I try to get filled around 15 or 20 contracts. I'm not that sure. We will take a look at the recording, but I was not able to get filled on this trade. I missed my entry because that was a very aggressive sell-off. So when I was not able to get filled on this trade, I had a bit of FOMO because the premiums went in my favor a lot. I could have easily made approximately $5,000 to $10,000 on this trade right at the market open, but because I was not able to get filled, I just waited patiently. So that is a good thing I did. I did not chase this stock. When I missed my entry, I missed this whole push towards a downside. The next time, then we held this level, $680 level right here, and then we had 3 green candles in a row. Right here, I tried shorting it again on this candle. So this was approximately at 9:38 a.m. candle. This was my second attempt to get filled on this stock. I missed my entry again because I placed my order. As soon as I placed my order, we saw a clean flush towards the downside. My order was on the mid price limit order, so I was not able to get filled again for the second time. After missing my entry, we had a very nice flush towards the downside. I missed my second entry as well. I was not able to get filled. I could have easily made $5,000 to $10,000 on the two trades I just missed. And if you have been day trading for a while, you guys know that it's very easy to get FOMO. One time it's okay. Second time again, your FOMO increases. The third time, it just goes off the roof, right? So you just have to be mindful of that. The good thing is that I still did not chase this stock. I let the move happen right here. I saw a hold off right here, $678 and $680 level. The high of this candle was approximately $679. On the next pullback to around 678, because we were holding the zone right here. So on the pullback at 9:47 a.m. candle, I placed my order to get filled. I finally got filled at the pullback to $678 level, but as you guys know, on the next 2-3 minutes, this trade went against me. I held on to my loser for just a few more seconds, not very much, because had I held this user for just a few more seconds than I did, I could have easily lost approximately $10,000 on this trade. So it's a good thing I accepted my loss, but on this candle, I covered my whole position with a loss of approximately $5,000. Let's now take a look at the recording of this trade, and I will try my best to explain the emotions going through my mind when I was looking at the chart and when I missed out on the two trades opportunity earlier on. So here's a recording of my first attempt to get filled on this trade. On the first minute, we saw a push above 690 and then we got rejected from the $693 and $694 level, and we were also holding this level in the pre-market. When I saw the rejection of 692 and 693 for the second time on the second minute at 9:31 a.m. candle, just around 691 and 690, I placed my order to get filled right in the next few seconds right here, but I was not able to get filled. When I missed my entry, the stock just flushed in my favor. Now here's the recording of my second attempt on Tesla. When I saw the rejection of $680 level right here on this candle around 679, I placed my order to get filled, 20 contracts, 670 puts, but again, you guys will see this stock went in my favor. My order was just pending and I was not able to get filled on this trade again for the second time. Here's the recording of my third attempt to get filled on this trade, because the first attempt was right here when I missed a move from 690 to a low of around 675. That would have been a really good trade. My second attempt was right here to get filled right here. I was not able to get filled. The third time when we saw the rejection of 677 and 678, that was the prior low of the day right here. I tried to get filled and finally I got filled, 20 contracts, 670 puts, and my fill price was 15.85. My stop loss on this trade is the break of maybe 677 or maybe 678 best case scenario, and the break of 680 worst case scenario. So I was expecting to lose around, I would say, $3,000 on this trade. This trade will take a few minutes to work out. So let's discuss the 5-minute chart, because I know that this trade is not the best trade in the world, because we had a very good push towards the downside. We had 3 big red candles in a row, and Tesla has already moved from a high of $695 to a low of $672. That is approximately 25 points move in only 10 to 15 minutes of the open. So I should have just waited patiently for maybe a green candle on the 5-minute chart for maybe a better consolidation. But you guys know, because I missed my first 2 trades, I had a bit of FOMO. I was aware of my emotions, and the good thing is that I did not chase this stock. I was aware of my emotions because, as I always say, as a day trader, you can't remove your emotions completely. You just need to be aware of your emotions and not do the wrong thing and do the right thing. I have mentioned this before as well, that a good trade is a combination of 3 things. The first thing is to have a valid trading plan. My trading plan on this trade was not really good because the 5-minute chart was very extended. The second thing is to have a valid entry. My entry was, to be honest, not that bad. I did not chase this stock. I waited for a pullback. My exit, that is the third point, was bad on this trade. So out of the 3 points, my trading plan was bad. Entry was okay, my exit was really bad. So out of these 3 points, only 1 point was working in my favor. The other 2 points were really bad and working against me. Talking about my exit was right here at the break of 680 towards the upside, which was a horrible exit, to be honest, but it could have been a lot worse, because when I exited, had I held this trade for just a few more seconds, we saw a test of $685 level on Tesla, and the premiums are at 11.55 and my exit was at 13.51. So had I held this position for just a few more seconds, I could have easily lost more than $10,000 plus on this trade. So yes, my exit was horrible, but the good thing is that I still accepted my loss and I covered my loss at the worst case stop loss, that was $680 level. So now let's take a look at my P&L. Overall on this trade, I lost $4,700 in 3 minutes. My entry was at 9:47 a.m. candle. My exit was at 9:50 a.m. candle, which is the part and parcel of day trading, because yes, sometimes I make a lot of money within the first 10-15 minutes, making $10,000-$15,000. But as a day trader, you need to know how to deal with your losses as well. But the good thing is that it only gets better with time and experience, because the more time you spend day trading, a few months, a few years, you know that day trading losses and red days are part of your life. And if you dwell over, if you feel sad about your losses, you will have a very depressing life as a day trader. So that's not how the way it should be. Personally, me, I used to feel very sad about my losses, but these days I don't care anymore. It's just another day for me. And the next day, if you guys follow me on Instagram, the very next day I was able to make all the losses back and some more, ending the quarter and ending the month really strong. I post a lot about day trading on my Instagram, so make sure that you follow me there. The link will be in the description box below. Before you go, make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and hit the bell notifications to learn more about day trading and to stay up to date with my trading journey. If you want to join our Discord group and be part of a community of serious and supportive traders, because we all share our trading losses and trading gains with each other, the link will be in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.